today. From Commander's Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders versus Joshua Dobbs and the New York Giants.
Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today.
Now, they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance.
And we are underway from Commanders Field. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Commanders making their way out.
And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Play action, now it's Daniels.
It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Come on. Hey, Mikey, 18.
To throw is Daniels. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. To the air goes Daniels.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. So likely a 3-and-out on their opening drive. That's not a good omen for a team that's lost 3 straight games.
Too many threes that you're mentioning right there. That's a number they've got to get off of. And the big risk you're running right now is discouragement amongst the ranks. How do you keep them up? How do you keep them motivated? They've got to dial up something to give themselves some confidence.
The 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw Dobbs. Eluding the pressure right. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
They'll roll him out right.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down. The partner of this offense, 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's third year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
Tracy going to get it on first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. It's the fullback. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They go play action. Daniels. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 23. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And they will take over first and 10. They'll start with a run by Tracy.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Right back to Tracy.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And quickly they get to the line.
Tracy trying the right side.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28. On the give, it's Tracy. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Dobbs. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart and not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Dobbs now on second down. Over the middle, complete. It's Atkins.
And the Giants are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, second and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
At the 23, it's second and 12.
Now the first carry here for the running back.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Here now a third down and 8. Throwing now is Daniels. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now Daniels. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down.
Daniels looking to throw. There's a short one pulled in by Sinnott.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now we give up the middle to Williams.
And able to get this to the 31.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. He'll get this complete to Sennett, the tight end.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Off the play fake, Daniels. To the right side and caught by Sennett.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Dexter Lawrence. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. The kick by Lutz is good.
And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that's going to be incomplete. These two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this year with the Giants winning that one. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st down, Dobbs to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Complete to his giant Jalen Hyatt.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Dak Prescott leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head off and check out a second game, and they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Saints locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Brandon Cooks, a touchdown reception.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now we've got a third down and 3.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
That is caught. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Flush to his right. Hyatt there to grab it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Here's Dobbs to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Touchdown, Giants! A 14-yard touchdown. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. First possession of the second half now for Washington. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, it's Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Sinnott. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dexter Lawrence in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taken in at the 22. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Washington offense going back to work. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Off play action. Daniels able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brian Burns from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Now a 2nd down throw for Daniels.
This one swung out to Williams.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Daniels going to throw for it.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And the Giants are going to get the football back.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
New York set to take the field.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
That one finds Hyatt.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. On 1st and 10, Dobbs eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. To throw is Dobbs.
Hyatt has got it.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Giants add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Daniels now on 1st and 10.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brian Burns able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2. Much more manageable. Off the play fake. Daniels. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brian Burns getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
New York ready to go again offensively.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall. I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And that is incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
101 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Jack Campbell with a pick, and the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
A first down throw for Daniels. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On first down, here's Daniels to throw.
Dancing to his left, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Daniels.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Daniels now to throw on first down. That's caught left side by Simmons.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. On first down, Daniels. This to McLaurin out on the left side.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for the Giants, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.